In 2006, Elusive Fort was afforded the champion Equus Stayer for his term. But in actual fact, Elusive Fort was a very, very fast horse.
And Elusive Fort is powering his way home on the very far side, and Elusive Fort come home best of all.
Hunting Tower swooping through on the outside. Elusive Fort and Jagged Ice though. Elusive Fort fights on hard, they get there. Elusive Fort top class up front from Jagged Ice.
But Elusive Fort is now sprouting his wings with 150 to go. And it's Elusive Fort clear by 5 lengths. And it's a smashing comeback run from Elusive Fort. He won by 7.
We decided as the Elusive Fort syndicate to do something a little bit different to promote him. It's a critical season for him because he will have his first babies running in this coming season. His foals of 2011 are now 2-year-olds, and we'll get to see them racing. And you know, he's a stallion which to us ticked all the boxes. He's got the pedigree, he's got the racing performance, he's got the looks, and now of course it's up to him to do it on the race course. And you know, Kenilworth Racing is always looking for sponsors. This particular race, the Cape Classic, which we now call the Elusive Fort Cape Classic, is quite an important race. It kicks off the return of racing to Kenilworth. It's the beginning of the summer season, which I believe they're now calling the Season of Champions here in Cape Town. And it kicks off 3 months of fantastic racing. And for this race, which is a conditions race, a grade 3 for the colts, it's one of those races that is traditionally used as a stepping stone for colts that perhaps would go on to run in the Guineas. And this year as well, there's the important Cape Sales Ready to Run race, which is at the end of November. And the timing of this race would also be suitable for horses that are aiming to run in that race as well.
But here's Elusive Fort just in front, and his message is have respect. Elusive Fort won it.
Elusive Fort is one of 3 multiple Grade 1 winning sons of Fort Woodard Stud. He is from the incomparable E family, which includes all of Epoch, Ecurie, Empress Club and Ilisi, to mention but a few of the brilliant progeny that hail from Argentina.
Now, look, I mean, he was one of the leading 3-year-olds of his year. He won the Daily News. He came second in the SA Classic to a very good horse, Hunting Tower, who went on to win the July. And he also won the Derby. So, you know, he won really big races. He also later on won a Grade 2 over 1,400 metres, and he won the Grade 1 Hawaii Stakes, which, you know, meant that, you know, he's a Grade 1 winner over 1,600 all the way up to 2-4. So he was extremely versatile. He ran a really good race in the July with a very big weight. And then he went to race overseas, and then injury curtailed his international career. And I think the intention had been by the connections over there to send him to stud there. But of course, the financial crisis of 2008 to 2009, I think, put paid to a lot of possible stallion careers over in the US as well as elsewhere in the world. And we heard that he was for sale. And it was very opportunistic. We weren't particularly looking for a stallion. You know, I've only got 20 mares, so it's not normally the, you know, the type of situation where one looks for a stallion. But we liked this horse very much. We liked his pedigree particularly. And when we heard he was for sale, we started negotiating. And it was done through my good friend Tony Mincioni, who actually was in touch with the people there. We managed to get him for a very decent price. We brought him in, and my intention was always, because I'm a relatively small breeder, to syndicate him reasonably widely, and that ensures that he will get support from people who are committed. And we were able to do that, and we have a very nice book of shareholders who've supported him well. And I think the indication of that is last year, in his 3rd year at stud, which is often a difficult year, he had his biggest book of 83 mares. So he's going to have every opportunity. And the reason we got such a lot of support in the 3rd year was because his first lot of foals really caught the eye. He stamps them, they're athletic. He tends to improve on the mares that get sent to him, and he seems to be able to produce nice foals from any type of mare. Andrew, I think firstly it's more about promoting the stallion, but we also have a very important charity partner on the day. We're partnering with Cape Child Welfare. So it's an opportunity for us to raise funds for them as well, and so they're going to be very much part of the day, and we're going to have a lot of sort of traditionally non-racing people who are here as supporters of child welfare. We're going to do some stuff for the kids as well related to that. In terms of the elusive forward side of things, we also, as I said earlier, trying to kick off the Cape season. But from elusive forward's point of view, we're going to be promoting the stallion. We will have a lot of our shareholders here. We will have a lot of breeders here. And we will make sure that there is an opportunity for anyone who perhaps has a mare that they would like to send to him and hasn't made up their mind about coming to him to get an opportunity to do so. And we'll give away a few services on a lucky draw basis.